Hi guys, here we've got this Votec downhill mountain bike which has been left outside and been neglected. As you can see here, tyres are flat, discs were rusty, and you can see here the grips have perished, and you can see here the brake cylinders, all the bolts are rusty and it's been leaking. Just to show you both sides there. Like I said, it's been left outside in the garden. Bits of rust everywhere. And just show you down here, the seats chipped away and the pedals are all rusty. So I'm gonna have a look at that today. Give them a clean. And these are the pedals, as you can see, rusted as well. So what I'm going to do is remove them, both. Just a matter of unscrewing them clockwise. Okay, I've removed the pedal. I've got them both off. So all I've got to do now is show you what they look like. I'm just going to undo the pedals. As you can see here, there's 4 screws holding it together. I'm not going to remove the bearing, you can see there. And I'll just going to give them a spray after I've buffed them up with the wire brush, get rid of the rust. And here you can see the pedals, just spraying them also. And now that they're nice and dry, you can see me just reassembling the unit. I meant to spray it with matte black, but I used gloss instead. And that's what the pedal looks like. So it's just a matter of refitting it. As you can see here, it tightens up this side counterclockwise. Okay, so that's the pedal done. You see both sides there, looking a lot better. Okay, now that that's done, just got to move on to the brake discs. As you can see, they're rusted. Let's get a little close up there. So I'm just going to get me a wire brush on it and give them a good speedy section up. Just get rid of some of this surface rust, get it nice and shiny. I'm going to have to undo it and do the other side as well. But I'll just show you what it looks like once I've buffed it up. You see there. And I'll just do the same with the other wheel. Just get me a grinder on it. Wire brush, sorry. That's what it looked like before. Got the wire brush on it. And this is what it looks like now. So now that that's done, okay, moving on to the braking system. You can see here there's no resistance at all. There's no fluid left. These are the reservoirs here. There's one for the front and the rear on the top. Here you can see me, I've just undone the cover, and it's a Magura Luis braking system. See, there's no fluid in here, hence why there was no resistance on the brakes. So I'm just going to give the cover there a clean. Just pop that in some soap and water and give it a clean. And the removed bolts, I'm just going to buff them up with a wire brush. I'll show you here. I've got it in the drill, and I'm just getting rid of all the rust off the heads of the bolts. Just give a still shot there. That's what it looks like once I've wire brushed it, and they're all nice and clean now. So all I'm going to do is give them a spray with matte black paint. And I've got everything nice and clean here now. Clean out the reservoir. So here you can see, just putting it all back together. Just put the reservoir cap on, and you can see me just tightening it down here. Okay, and that's what it looks like both sides. Got them both nice and clean, and the bolts nice and black again. Okay, moving on to the seat. As you can see here, it's a bit scuffed and worn out. So what I'm going to do is just undo the seat, quick release strap there, clamp there, and then just remove the seat. And all I'm going to do now is just remove the seat bar where it's scuffed. Just undo this clamp from the underside, and that's the seat there. So I'm just going to give the seat bar a spray of matte black, and then whilst that's drying, I'm just going to see if I can repair the seat to the best of my ability. And as you can see there, I've just painted it black and sprayed it, put some polish on it, and it looks okay. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Moving on to the brakes. Okay, what I'm going to do is now is remove the brake cylinder and have a look at the brake pads. So let's just remove these two bolts here, two retaining bolts for the brake cylinder unit, and it comes away like so. Okay, there's an adjuster on the back here which I'm going to remove to get the brake pads out. Just Allen key and it unscrews. And I'm just going to remove the brake pad, the inner brake pad, like you can see there, and that's the inner brake pad, but it's minus the lining. So see if we can get the lining out, because the lining is supposed to be stuck to it obviously, and here's the lining there, come out separate. You can see the lining there. So it's detached from its the actual metal brake pad itself. So it's just a matter of removing the outer brake pad. You can see me just trying to wiggle it out there. Get the grips on it. And there it is, that's the outer brake pad. Okay, so this is what the brake cylinder looks like with the adjuster on the back there. I'll show you inside the cylinder. Okay, these are the brake pads. As you can see, like I said before, the one brake pad fell apart. I managed to locate another set with a shorter paddle, but they are exactly the same dimension. So what I've got to do is just withdraw the piston adjuster. You can see there, that's the piston adjuster, hexagon on the outside, and then it's just a matter of fitting the new brake pads. I'm just going to put a bit of copper slip on the back so it doesn't squeal. And it's just a matter of popping the new brake pads, brake linings in, and it just slots in like so. Just wiggle that around so it settles at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to put this bar in between the two, because I've got to fit the second brake pad. As you can see there, that's it. Another brake pad I'm fitting in there. I'm just going to put a bit of copper slip on the back of that also. And then I'm just going to reinstall this adjuster, brake pad adjuster, which is magnetic, so the pad will stick to this once it's in, and it should hold them apart. Just going to screw it in a little bit because I need a gap to put the disc back in, put the cylinder back over the discs, and to show you there, you can see the gap between the two pads, which is good. I'm going to adjust this later. So it's just a matter of fitting it back onto the bike. So I'm just refitting the brake cylinder, and this is the front brake cylinder. It's just two bolts. I'll just fast forward this section as I'm tightening it up. It's just two Allen key bolts, and that's in place. So that's the pads fitted. I've just got to adjust the brakes. See it's spinning freely there. Now moving on once again. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at the refilling the cylinder. There's no brake fluid at all. You can see I've removed the cylinder here for the rear, Okay, there's an adjuster nut on the hexagon on the outside, and inside the middle there's a refill screw, what you squirt the fluid in with. So what I'm going to do is here is remove the screw, and you might get some fluid coming out once I've removed the screw, but I think this has been drained. So what I've got to do now, I've got to use some brake fluid, mineral oil, to top it up, because there's none in there, none in the system whatsoever. Here you can see me just putting it in a syringe. There you can see I've got a syringe loaded with the brake fluid, mineral oil. Just get rid of the air in the top of the syringe. There you can see I'm just getting rid of the air. That should do. So all I've got to do now is pop this inside the cylinder where I've removed the fillet bolt. And what I'm going to do now, I'm trying to pump fluid into the reservoir, but it's not filling up. There's a blockage somewhere. So what I'm going to do is remove the handle. I'm going to remove the whole thing, because I think there's a blockage inside this the master cylinder. Sorry, the brake reservoir. So I'm going to remove the hydraulic cable here. And I'm going to have to remove the handlebar grip also. Let's get that out of the way, it's perished anyway. So here you can see me just removing the brake lever with the reservoir assembly. And there's a blockage in it somewhere. Let me just show you here. There's a tiny little hole here, that's where the fluid goes in, not the bigger hole. And it's blocked, so I'm going to get an air line on it and free it off. And if you can hear there, it's nice and free now, there's air flowing through it. So I'm happy with that. So it's just a matter of refitting it. So I'm just going to pop the hydraulic cable back on there. Just tighten that up. And just make sure it's at this height point. So now I'm pumping fluid into the system. As you can see, it's just squirted out there, so it's coming through now, and it's filling up the reservoir, as you can see there. So a lot of the fluid is dirty, because like I said, the bike's been standing for a while. So I'm going to mop this first lot up, and as you can see, there's bits of dirt and what's not mixed in with the fuel, with the fluid. So I'll just give you a side view here. All I've got to do is pump this syringe, which I've got stuck in the cylinder at the back there. So if you just pump that, the fluid should come up to the reservoir, like you can see there. I'm going to fill that as high as I can, and then what I'm going to do is pop this brake lever back on. And then just tighten that down, because what I need to do is pump the brakes, because there's trapped air inside the actual lever itself, assembly. As you see, as I'm pumping the brakes, you see the air's coming out, sorry, and the fluid level's gone down. So I'm just going to top that back up. See, it just pumps it back up again. Filled it right back up again. So I just got to carry on pumping the lever until I can dispel all the air that's inside the actual handle itself. And you can see the tiny little air coming out, the tiny little hole there as I'm pumping it. Just got to dispel all of that air completely. I'm still unsatisfied that they're all gone. It's all gone. There you can see all the air's gone now. Okay, so it's just a matter of removing the syringe quickly and popping the refill screw back in, and you will lose some oil when you're doing that. That's why I filled the reservoir right up. And you can see now I've pressed the lever, now I've got pressure. Now there's brake pressure, and I will have to adjust the brake cylinder. So now that that's done, just put a bit of tissue around there, because there's going to be some fluid coming out when I put this cover on, as you can see here. Not sure what the rubber bars on the underside does, but now you can see I'm just tightening the screws, and I've got it all pretty much done now. Let's clean up the area. I've got the rear brakes sorted. I've just got to repeat the procedure on the front brakes. You can see I've got brakes on the front there now. Okay, moving on. I've got to sort this grip out. So it's just a matter of removing this handle here, because I've bought new grips to replace the old ones because they're perished, as you can see, because the bike was left outside. So just going to pull them off like so. Okay, got rid of that, and I'm just going to fit the new ones which I've bought, new rubber ones, you can see there, and they just slide on like so. And then there's just a little Allen key bolt on the underside which holds it in place. There you can see there. Just a matter of tightening the Allen key. And then it's just a matter of putting the outer handle back on and tightening that up also. There you can see. And that's the new handle fitted, and it's just got a stop on the end there. Just pop that in, and to show you around it, see that looks a lot better with the new grips. Okay, this is the end result, as you can see. Got the Magura Louisa brakes sorted, nice brake pressure there, both sides. Got the reservoir cap sorted, got new grips. I've cleaned the whole bike best I can. Still got a few scratches, and as you can see, I don't know if you can remember the rusty pedals. I've got them nice and black now, and sorted the back brakes out also, and the seat's nice and clean. And that pretty much concludes. So with that, thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe.